In 1920, the Osage were the richest people per capita in the world. By 1925, they were being systematically murdered while the federal government watched. And the system that enabled those murders, it's still operating today. They told us guardianship ended in 1934. They lied. Right now, in 2025, the Osage Nation still can't collect their own money without federal permission. Let me show you how colonial control systems don't disappear, they just rename themselves. This is about the Osage Nation in Oklahoma. But it's really about how colonialism works everywhere, including the Caribbean. In 1897, oil was discovered on Osage land. Through brilliant negotiation, they kept communal mineral rights to their entire reservation. Every Osage citizen got a share, a head right. By the 1,922nd, some families were making the equivalent of $400,000 a year. They built mansions, sent their kids to Europe, hired white servants. White newspapers ran headlines calling them lazy, calling them incompetent, saying they didn't deserve their wealth. So in 1921, Congress passed a law. If you were more than half Osage blood, you were automatically deemed incompetent to manage your own money. They assigned you a white guardian, usually a lawyer or businessman, who had total control of your finances. Read that again. The more indigenous you were, the less capable they declared you. One Osage woman got a guardian because she saved her money. That proved she didn't understand its value. A pilot who served in the U.S. Army? Still incompetent. Based only on his blood quantum, guardians could restrict your income to almost nothing while pocketing the rest. They collected hundreds or thousands in fees per year per person. Some managed 4 or 5 Osage at once. And then the murders started. Between 1,921 and 1,925, at least 60 wealthy Osage were killed, shot, poisoned, bombed, thrown from trains. When they died, their head rights went to family. And when the family died, guardians could inherit. One man, William Hale, orchestrated the murder of an entire family. His nephew married an Osage woman named Molly. Over years, they killed Molly's mother, her sisters, her brother-in-law, her cousin. The plan was to consolidate all the head rights, then kill Molly last so her husband would inherit everything. An Osage historian said, "I don't know a single Osage family that didn't lose someone to head rights." Now here's the part they don't teach you. This wasn't unique to the Osage. At the same time, the Dawes Commission was doing something similar to the Cherokee Creek, Chickasaw, Choctaw, and Seminole. They created 3 categories: Indians by blood, intermarried whites, and freedmen. Over 20,000 people got classified as freedmen by 1906. The government said these were formerly enslaved people, but here's what they're hiding. Many people on the freedmen rolls were full-blood Native, Cherokee, Creek, Seminole. They got reclassified as freedmen because they were dark-skinned, because they had copper-colored skin or tightly coiled hair, because they didn't look Indian enough to white government agents. This is colonial reclassification. Use skin color and made-up blood fractions to erase. Steal their land, their identity, their inheritance. Then claim you're just following the rules you created. And it's still happening. Right now, in 2025, the Bureau of Indian Affairs still manages the Osage mineral estate. The U.S. Department of the Interior has exclusive authority to collect Osage mineral lease money. Osage citizens with head rights have accounts controlled by the Secretary of the Interior, the same position that issued certificates of competency in the 1,922nd still controls Osage money today. They just renamed guardianship. Now it's called trust management. And 25% of Osage head rights are still owned by non-Osages, corporations, churches, descendants of the people who murdered Osage families in the 1,922nd. They're still collecting that oil money. This June, the Osage Principal Chief wrote about finally taking control of their mineral estate from the BIA. After 119 years, they're still fighting for sovereignty over their own resources. This matters beyond Oklahoma. For those of us reclaiming Caribbean indigenous identity, We see the same pattern. Our ancestors weren't declared extinct. They were reclassified. Dark-skinned Taino, Kalinago, Arawak people got categorized as black or mixed, severed from indigenous identity through the exact same administrative erasure. Colonial systems don't disappear. They rename themselves. Guardianship becomes trust management. Blood quantum becomes enrollment criteria. Freedmen becomes a way to exclude descendants who were always indigenous. The Osage survived. They documented. They refused to disappear. They're still here, still fighting. And so are we. Full article on Livity. Blog. Let's keep breaking these systems down.